So this is an Aaliyah interview in 1994 to promote her first album, and this is exclusively for www.aaliyahfans.com. So enjoy, everybody. So Aaliyah, how old were you when you started singing, please?
I was about 5 or 6 when I first started singing.
And what is your first memory of singing?
My first memory was when I auditioned for Annie in the first grade, and I had to think of a song off the top of my head because I really wasn't too prepared for the audition, and that's my first memory of singing.
How did you learn the songs you sang when you were younger?
Well, my mom, she sings, and we used to sing around the house a lot, and I just listened to a lot of albums with her, and I would just pick up the songs like that. I listened to them over and over again, and that's how I really learned the songs. And when I sang with her, she helped me, so that's how I really learned at such a young age.
So you did a lot of talent shows around Detroit when you were younger?
Oh, yes. I did a lot of little functions around the Michigan area. I did New Detroit, which is a function they had for Martin Luther King's birthday every year. And I sing a lot of stuff like Whitney when I went in there, like every year. I sang at a couple of colleges, U of D College, which was a very, very good experience because I sang in front of people that were my age, I was very nervous because I didn't know how they'd accept me because I used to sing in front of a lot of adults. And singing in front of them was really scary because a couple of people that went before me, they got kind of booed because the kids don't really care. But they took to me pretty well, so it was a good experience.
Then you performed with Gladys Knight. How did that come about, and how did you feel?
Well, that happened through my manager, Barry Hankerson. Gladys was, of course, his former wife, and she wanted me to come on her show, so she called and asked could I do that. And, of course, I accepted because I thought it'd be a good experience to be on, a show with Gladys Knight. And I felt really great because it was almost like I was like on tour with her because we had like 5 shows, one every night, and I was like I felt like I was all important and everything, and it was really great. And I came back home and told my friends and everything, so it was good.
Did you always want to pursue a career in music?
Definitely, I always wanted to. Ever since I really started out, I always knew it was something I wanted to do because I really found peace in singing. I enjoyed it and I did it all the time. It's something I always wanted.
Who was your role model while you were growing up?
I definitely have to say my mother, really both of my parents, because they helped me in this career. They helped me get started. They got me vocal lessons and anything I wanted to do in terms of music, they encouraged me. So I really consider them to be my role models.
How did you meet R. Kelly?
I met Rob through my manager, Barry Hankerson, because he's also Robert's manager. And I met him right before his first album came out. That's how we hooked up.
What do you think made him want to work with you?
Well, I don't know if it was a particular thing. It's just that when we met, we kind of clicked. We had like a certain vibe between us. It was something special. And we've been pretty close ever since. So really, it was just a certain thing, I guess, that happened when we met each other.
What was it like to work with R. Kelly?
Definitely. Robert is a very comical person. So, of course, a lot of funny things happen. So many that I really couldn't even pick out a certain one and tell you. But really, working with him, he's unpredictable also. So it's not like when we go in the studio, we have the song, written out, when we just go in and just sing it through. This whole album came off the top of his head. And, really, we'll just go to the mic, and he'll tell me to say something and sing it, and I'll sing it. If we like it, we keep it. If we don't, we don't. So it's really a special kind of way we do that. It's something that's not written out and planned. It's just something that really happens.
How long did it take to record the album?
It took us approximately, 7 or 8 months to finish it. We started in the beginning of '93, and we finished really by the end of the summer. But when I went back to school during the school year, I came back to Chicago to do a couple of more tunes, and then the album dropped in '94.
So please tell Aaliyah fans, visitors, what is your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song is At Your Best, You Are Love.
Why?
Well, because I love the Isley Brothers for one, and I don't know, I think the song is really special. The words and the lyrics are really heavy. The Isleys, most of their songs, the lyrics are really something. You know, you have to really listen, and their songs are really deep, and I thought that song was really special. And when I hear it, when I first heard it, I fell in love with it when Robert, brought it to my attention, and I've loved it ever since.
Do you wish you did more when you was in the studio?
No, because when I came in the studio, well, of course I love singing, so I didn't mind coming in no matter what hour. But me and Rob would sometimes just kick it. We come in here, watch a movie, then go finish a song. We go eat, and then come back. So it was really a fun experience all the way around.
Did you enjoy the time you spent in the studio?
Oh yeah, it was fun. They're long hours from maybe 4 to 6 a.m., but I enjoyed it. It was fun, a lot of fun.
Do you see singing more as a business or a pleasure?
Well, I'd say both, business and pleasure. A lot of business. It's hard work, the interviews and everything, getting up, going places at the last minute. But there's a lot of pleasure with it, just like I said earlier, as far as being in the studio and just hanging there, kicking it till early hours. That was fun. There's a lot of fun involved. I'd say it was really both.
Have you always thought of it that way?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because I say my uncle told me before I got into it about, that it's going to be fun, but there's a lot of business, involved, a lot of work. So I really kind of knew.
What have you learned about the record business?
I've learned that you have to be determined and concentrate if you're going to get into this business, and have a good work ethic, because like I said, it's long hours, it's hard, and you got to be able to just go and work, because people will call you at the last minute, so you have to be somewhere at a certain time, and you just have to do it. So if you're going to get into this business, you got to work hard. That's what I've really learned.
Was it your uncle who sparked your interest in music?
Well, I'd say I always had an interest since I was young, but having him help me as far as deciding if I wanted to get into this professionally or not, because he told me what was involved. So having him there was a great help, but I've always had an interest ever since I was young.
What is it like going to school and also having a career at the same time?
Very hard. Very, very hard, because sometimes I'd have to leave Chicago and go straight to school with no sleep or anything. I may have to do a test, but I had to do it because I'm very into my school and my education. I feel that's number one. But the school has been very cooperative, because I go to Performing Arts High School, so they understand, what I'm doing. So I get help from them and from my parents, so I keep up my grades.
What are your grades like?
I can say I have a 3.9 average. So my grades are very good, considering that I travel a great deal.
Your classmates treat you any differently now?
No, they don't. Really, they're really happy for me, and they've been there for me, which is great, because I've dealt with jealousy before, even before I got into this on a professional tip. And being at this school, it's been great, I think, because since everyone's into performing arts, they understand what I'm doing, and they want to get into it also. So, they've just been really supportive.
What will you do about school in the future?
Well, I'm going to have a tutor pretty soon if I have to go on tour or anything. And no matter what, I'm going to continue school. So I'll never think about dropping out or anything, because it comes first. So I'll probably have a tutor that would travel with me.
Will you still take your singing seriously now that you are successful?
Definitely. And having parents that are very into it also keeps me level-headed on that.
Some people must think she's a star, her life must be perfect. What problems do you have in common with other teenagers?
Plenty. Especially with parents. We all can relate with that, as far as getting in trouble, cleaning up your room, doing chores. I still have to do that. Just because I'm the L-I-Y-A-H don't mean nothing. And I have any kind of little problem. The pimples, I get those. My skin's not perfect. So I have a lot of little problems like any other teenager does.